Buhari government plans fresh 12 trillion naira borrowing as Nigeria's debt hit 50 trillion by 2023. Based on the plan, the government targets a reduction in the total public debt by 2025. You are welcome to the news. The Nigerian government hopes to push its public debt stock to 50.22 trillion by 2023, which domestic debt as 28.75 trillion naira and external debt at 21.42 trillion, according to the projections in the National Development Plan 2021 to 2025. According to the Punch, in the projections, President Muhammadu Buhari plans to accumulate about 12 trillion debt in 2 years from 2021 to 2023. The Debt Management Office had reviewed that Nigeria's public debt was 28 trillion as of the end of the third quarter of 2021, with the total debt stock rising by 2.540 trillion in 3 months from July to September 2021. Based on the plan, the government targets a reduction in total public debt by 2025. A tabular illustration in the document shows that the government targets 29.59 trillion debt stock from 2021, 46.63 trillion for 2022, 50.22 trillion for 2023, 50.53 trillion for 2024, and 45.96 trillion by 2025. The government also disclosed that it needs money to finance the plan of 358.1 trillion naira, and the borrowing frameworks in the plan is 48%, each for both foreign and domestic borrowing. The plan reads in parts. The plan will require an investment of about 348.1 trillion to achieve the plan objectives within the period of 2021 to 2025. It is estimated that the government's capital expenditure during the period will be 49.7 trillion, 14% in brackets, while the balance of 298.3 trillion, 86% in brackets, will be incurred by the private sector of the 14%. The government contribution, FGN capital expenditure, will be 29.6 trillion, 9% in brackets, while the subnational government's capital. The borrowing framework in the plan is 45%, each for both foreign and domestic borrowing, while the other financing sources account for 10%, domestic bonds and conventional external loan financing, among others, will account for the borrowing strategies for the plan. Thus, the government will improve on current debt management strategies to ensure sustainability. A professor of economics at the Olabisi Onabanjo University, Ago Iwoyi, Ogun State, Professor Sherifden Teller, said debt level was worrisome and the government should not be considering more borrowing, urging the government to consider other ways of generating revenue. He said, even at the level that we are now, it is worrisome not to talk of planning to borrow more. It is unfortunate that the government is always thinking of borrowing instead of thinking of other ways to generate revenue. They can ensure that public-private partnership projects are built once operational and yielding capital, though whoever implemented it can generate their money plus interest, and then the project becomes ours, and we can generate revenue from those. There are projects that we can scale down until we have enough funds to implement, and there are projects that can generate money on their own. Instead of always thinking of borrowing, the government can go after those that own the country. For instance, the NEITI recently detected some money that is being held by some wealthy individuals, money that runs into trillions, but the government is not going after those funds. He added that the government's borrowing pace was not sustainable as revenue generated would be used to service debt. This is really very bad because there is no headway. 12 trillion is too much, is too small. The project it has for we Nigerians, 12 trillion is too small. 600 trillion can go a long way. We are pleased with your government nonsense and ingredients. Okay, this is a reaction by a Nigerian. Nigerians are talking now. It's a welcome development. Please make it 100 trillion before the end of 2022. Kudos to Mr. President. Very soon, President Muhammadu Buhari and his cabinet will borrow all the borrowable money in the VAT of World Bank. Buhari, please stop borrowing money. A borrower hands is always below, while the giver hands is always above. Buhari continued borrowing will lead you to nowhere because you don't have wisdom to effectively manage what you borrowed. And Amechi said the money Jonathan left for them was not enough to run the country for 3 weeks. Someone should check and tell me how much is Buhari leaving for the next administration. So these are some reactions by Nigerians. The truth is that borrowing without plan of paying it is dangerous. You are not making any plan how to pay back this money. This is a very big problem. Nigerians, when they look at me, they go like this. Make we not dey one day they say China or whichever country don't come take over Nigeria because we cannot pay back our borrowed money. This is really pay back the money we have borrowed. This is really very, very poor. They should advise the president to stop borrowing and make use of what we have to, generate revenue and all that. I'm dropping it here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts with us below the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye for now.